welcome back. We're going to be picking up Solasta where we left off last time. This is chapter 1, which we are starting our brand new adventure. We left last time, we created our 4 characters. We've got Paladin, Cleric, Wizard and a Rogue. And we are about to start our new adventure. And what the game does really well is set up a tutorial which gets you introduced to the game, but also gets you to meet your characters and learn a little bit about the different abilities. So let's begin.
Before the Cataclysm, there were no gods on Solasta. No humans either. Then, the rift opened. Some say it was a magical accident, or the work of an evil god. No one knows for sure. The Cataclysm destroyed the old High Elf Empire. Manicalan, they called it. And twisted the land beyond recognition. Now, only the brave and the foolish go there, in search of ancient treasures. But something is happening deep in those Badlands. Whatever it is, it can't be good.
This beer tastes like donkey piss. Not that I'm complaining.
Is this the place for the Legacy Council job? Hope I'm not too late.
Ran into a bit of trouble on the way here.
Take a load off. There's plenty of donkey piss to go around.
If you're here for the council job, get in line. Though if this Lord Karen doesn't show up soon, I may go looking for him.
Another round, barkeeper. 4 of your finest flagons of donkey piss, please.
I see you're all making the best of this.
We do what we have to. So what's this trouble you were telling us about?
I was proceeding down the highway, minding my own business, when 3 brigands burst from the bushes and waylaid me. They carried me off to some ramshackle prison, an imperial ruin of some sort. Fortunately, the walls were as weak as this indifferent ale we're drinking.
So here we are, start of tutorial, and as most D&D games start off strangers meeting in a tavern. So what we need to do is negate our way out of prison, so we get familiar with the keyboard and the actions, etc. At first glance it was a little bit jerky on the camera, but you get used to it.
That's better.
does quite well of introducing you to the different elements of the game. So here it's introducing you to looting, and it's also introducing you to the importance of light in the dungeon.
Ha!
This is where the game is telling you about different characters and different paths. There's always more than one path available in the game. So if you couldn't jump across there, I believe you can jump across this way, or you can work all the way around and you can come through this little open way there. So if your main character had a strength less than 13, you can come around this way. And now you can get through. But we don't need to go that way, we need to go through here. Holding the Alt key highlights anything lootable in the area. So this is in the next room. You can see here it's just highlighted some bandits. And here is where we get our loot, our kit, which is good. So we get our Warhammer and shield, which is what we said we were going to have. We've got our scale mail, which is heavy armor. We've got our holy symbol, because we're a cleric. A backpack to carry things. We've got a crossbow and bolts. And we've also got a light source. So we carry a light source with us, so we can activate it so it's on us. What we can also do is cast our spell. We might not be able to do it just yet. We might be able to do it later in the tutorial. You can cast it on your weapon or your offhand, so you're already carrying your light source. So for example, I can switch to this, which drops my shield but allows me to light up the dungeon.
So you escaped unscathed. Well done, my friend. My flagon is empty of ale, and Lord Karen still isn't here.
Have another ale. It's not like you have anywhere better to be.
Well, let me tell you my story then. I too was accosted on the way here, but I faced my foes head on.
Let's hear it then. Don't be shy.
So tutorial 1 was the basic movement. Tutorial 2 is going to be all about combat. So, like D&D, you roll, you have your initiative, and whoever rolls first goes first. So here we can attack, we can disengage and dodge, we can use a special ability, we can ready an action if we want to delay it, we can dash, or we can shove, and we can use an item. So as the tutorial says, we need to retreat. shove action on this one. We can knock him prone or we can shove him. Do that, we will kick him out of the arena and we get rid of him. Just to go through the tutorial, we've got dodge. Now we can start laying into him.
A modest success.
Now you see how this square is lit up red? This is because we're one cell away from an enemy, so that would give us an attack of opportunity, or rather it would give the enemy attack of opportunity. So if we wanted to get away unscathed, we'd have to use our action to disengage. I don't think we have any special powers that are useful, so we're just going to straight up attack. Just to show, this is what we got. So we had our longsword and shield. We had a javelin as a ranged weapon. Again, we have our light source. We've got our chainmail, backpack, and these are some of our items here as well. We do have a scroll of revivify as well, in case we have any downed companions. So we've got to cross the bridge, and we've got to push the rock. So this is explaining disengaging. So he's in our face, so to speak. He's far too strong for us. He's 50 HP, so we can disengage, use our turn, and we can retreat safely without getting the attack of opportunity. And in this case, you can use some of our terrain to our advantage.
What a bunch of namby-pambies. You're lucky you weren't attacked by Sorax.
I don't remember anyone asking your opinion.
The Badlands are thick with them, shape-shifting bastards.
Go easy on him. He's just a harmless old drunk. Probably saw lizard folk or dragonborn or something.
You think I don't know the difference? All those spines on their backs, those jaws. You've never seen anything like it. Not lizard folk, not troglodyte, not dragonborn, I'm telling you.
No one believes in Sorax anymore. Except the Church of Einar, of course. There's a Sorak under every bed if you believe them.
Ah, easy now. Don't mock people for their faith.
Read them books. Sorax are masters of deception, infiltration. Anyone here could be a Sorak. You'd never know.
Oh, come on.
Huh, you'll see.
So anyway, Sorax might be legend, but orcs are quite real, and not just in the Badlands. I stumbled across a secret settlement right here in the Principality.
That is preposterous.
I was dragging my weary ass up the hills west of here, and decided to leave the road to look for a shortcut. It was a beautiful day. Blue skies, birds singing. I watched one take wing, and fell right into a bloody hole. Damn, that hurt like hell.
So we can equip our torch to light our way. So once again, we're going to check there's nothing hidden, and we can progress. You'll start to see here there are interactable objects. So what we can do is interact with it. And we should be able to
I needed
light
that.
it. Which means we wouldn't have to hold our torch up unnecessarily.
Just my luck. Falling right into an orc hideout.
And again, holding down Alt, you can see what the things you can interact with are. There we go. So what I also recommend you do is making sure you place a healing potion or a consumable or whatever type of potion you're going to use in your consumable slot. You always want to have something there, because you can place one from your inventory, but it'll take up your action. So if you have one there already, you can use it. You can then you can use it straight away. If not, you'd have to place it in your slot, which would be your action, and then you wouldn't be able to use it until your next turn.
There they are. Head down, or are next on the menu.
So now we're going to have a go at using the a cautious attack, or cautious mode. But what we do want to do, if we're going to be stealthing around, is take our torch off so we're in the dark. So to activate it, we use the cautious mode. This brings up this little radar, keeps everyone away from us. Or it shows the range that you can interact with people. And I don't think you can fail this. But in later tutorials you'll see how people can be aware of you. So now, we're still in cautious mode, we're going to make our escape. We could climb down, but obviously we'd be seen, so we're not going to do that. And if we were a full party, we might choose to fight them, but since we're one single wizard, not got the best hit points in the world, we want to leave quietly. Once we know we're clear, we can come out of cautious mode just to be able to move a little bit. Okay, what can we really do with that box?
Right by the only exit. Oh, it just keeps getting better. Guess I'm waiting them out. At least these rocks are damned uncomfortable.
So this is the tutorial showing you about the rest system, how you can take a rest, either a short or a long rest. A long rest in this sense, replenish your health. In this case we're trying to stall out an enemy. So you have to have a campfire. I believe it says you have to open your map. Now, your campfire symbol will be on your map, so you can identify where you can rest in your various dungeons and locations. To activate it, we've got to click on it. And with most classes, what you can do is you can have the opportunity to select spells and things like that upon finishing your long rest. So if we wanted to, we could prepare different spells. We're happy because these are the ones we chose when we created our character. And when you're happy, you can validate. You'll notice as well on a long rest, you get your hit points, all your hit points back. And in this scenario, they've all run away, so now we can safely leave the cave.
I would have slaughtered every one of those green-skinned monsters.
Orcs have a very distinctive stink.
I'm beginning to think Lord Karen might be a mythical creature.
We've all told a tale of our travels here. All but one of us.
Yeah, but I have good reason for that. It's none of your bloody business.
We can't take up arms together if we don't trust each other.
Fine. You want to know the truth? I stopped on the way here to visit an old friend of mine and discovered he was up to his eyeballs in debt with a loan shark.
So he was in dire straits.
Indeed. He put up a family heirloom as collateral and wanted me to reacquire it. Because, you see, I can be quite stealthy when necessary.
So this is the final tutorial, and it's going to focus on the stealth mechanic and on the lock picking and sort of that side of the game. For the rogues, we've got our short sword, and we're offhanding a dagger. We do have a bow as well. We've got our leather armor, so we're going to be quite stealthy. Something the game suggests, if you go into cautious mode, it starts to reveal hidden traps, or it reveals hidden information that isn't obvious. Take our thieves' tools, we're going to need them later on. I'm given some anyway.
Liam, always thoughtful.
And it's for the tutorial. So here, we've got a guard above our head, and you're going to see that as we start to move closer, the guard may spot us. And what can happen, if I move back over here, is this little yellow icon around your character starts to turn red. Here you go. So the chance of being seen increases. So what we want to do is make sure we get out of that line of sight. So we want to get in our room and try and find this stolen gem. So we should do fairly well with the thieves' tools and lockpicking success, because we were spec'd into it really well. Now this is where we've got to be a little bit careful where people are. So if you'll see here, the camera doesn't really allow for it, but if we stood here, we are the light breaking line of sight from them. Just in case they want to come and look for us, shut the door after us. Makes it look like we haven't been there, or no one's been through. Now something you can pick up along the way as ingredients, so these are things that you can use to craft with. them up as we go along when we find them. Now we've got to find the treasure room, which is in here.
Hold it. A trap.
So again, sometimes traps are obvious. If not, you can jump into cautious mode. And when traps appear, I think I've got the game set to pause. So to disarm a trap, you use your thief tools. And it doesn't look like they're consumable, or at least in the tutorial, they're not consumable. Alright, we've got out what we've came for. We can now look to escape.
There you are, you filthy crook!
You? What? You're drunk. Get out of here before I kill you.
Think you scare me? Not anymore.
A grave mistake.
Liam, what are you doing here? I told you I'd take care of it.
So here the game introduces non-player characters, and some of them are very important. They're also going to introduce the rogue sneak ability. So if you can get behind a character and we're still in stealth, he hasn't seen us, you can do extra damage by sneaking up on him. In this case, one shot him.
Are you four here to see Lord Karen?
Depends on who's asking.
Well, if you're here for Lord Karen of the Legacy Council, that would be me.
Then, we are here at your service, sir.
Very good.
We kind of need a little bit more info about the job, my lord.
Well, I suppose it's better if you know what you're doing. What do you want to know?
So this part of the game allows us to interact with the NPCs, and typically your answers are going to either be progress the quest line, or it's going to allow you to find out a little bit more information. Some of these are pre-scripted, so you have to ask these questions. Other times there'll be more, the answers will be more tailored to the character and their background.
Are we going to work for you?
Not exactly, no. I'll be your contact with the Legacy Council, which you will serve as deputies. That's why we need to go there and get you sworn in.
What can you tell us about this place, the Principality?
We don't exactly have the time. Anyway, the Principality of Masgarth is ruled by Princess Kaiwood Silverflower. We are a wealthy state with fertile lands, and the easiest access to the Badlands through a pass called the Copperhead Road. We're in the capital, Caer Kiflin, which was once part of the ancient Manicalan Empire of the High Elves. Hence the magnificent elvish buildings up there in the High Town. While we don't have a state religion, all of the major faiths of Solasta are represented here, though we tend to favor Einar, the god of valor and fidelity.
We hear this is a mission for the Council, but what is it exactly?
Dear Moraike, you don't know? I'll try to make it simple, but you know, politics. The Council includes representatives of the most powerful and influential organizations in the Eastern Kingdoms. It was created to lead a joint effort to explore the Badlands.
I think we know enough now. Thank you. We should go, don't you think?
Very well. Come, gather your things. You're late for your swearing in.
Hurry up and wait. The story of my life.
Which concludes the tutorial. And what we will do is we will now see the world, well, not the world map, but the town map from where the tavern. And we will now go and meet the council before we get our first mission. So here is the tavern we were in, and we will navigate around the town and see what we find. But that is going to be the end of episode 1. Hopefully that's been useful as a tutorial on how to move around the map, how to perform basic actions and equipment, combat and combat ideas, stealth, and avoiding combat as well. So, thanks for that. If you like what you see, don't forget to comment, and I'll see you in the next episode.